All right, guys, we are now live. Hello, everyone. I'm just gonna chill for a bit, wait for people to come in. Finally, you're live. Hey, you're so early. I wonder if I can, because I have this chat app, and it doesn't really differentiate where the chat is coming from. So sometimes I'm confused if it's from Twitch or from YouTube or from Kick. Just give me a sec. I think there's some settings towards this. You waited for me, huh? Okay. Okay, maybe not. Tune chat. No. Alright, never mind. I'll just make do with what I have now. Cause I really wanted the chat to tell me where people are coming from. Because I'm multi-streaming, right? On 3 platforms. And yeah, like I said, I can't tell where the chat is coming from. But yeah, so today we're going to draw a full manga page from scratch, okay? Because yesterday I really just finished the page last week. But today I have like some free time. So we're gonna finish a manga page from scratch to finish. Because I'm my biggest fan. Hey, hell yeah. There you go. So I'm just gonna wait for a bit, you know, people to come in. You're like 5 minutes or something. I got from people from YouTube, yeah, from Twitch, not so much, but from Kick. Let me see if I'm online in Kick. Yeah, I am. Well, let's just start, okay? Because, you know, people can just rewind this thing. So what I have here is this my script? Yeah, this is my script. So this is my script, guys. It's really unorganized. It's not that complex. There's some spoilers here for the manga, but I am now up to page 13. Page 16? Am I page 16? No. Is this even the correct script? Oh, it is the correct script. Okay, we'll be doing page 15, which is just more dialogue shots. But this time we're going to try and improve some of my art, and also we'll do some low camera angles or some high camera angles, just if the scene requires it. Okay, I can't promise that, but if there's room for the scene to do any of those things, we'll do that too. Okay. But for the most part, page 15 is just more dialogue page, some more world building stuff. I'm really excited about this week. From Monday to Saturday, I'm gonna work on like 8 more pages, and by the end of this week's pages, we're gonna get into action scenes. So around next Saturday, we'll be streaming some action panels. You know, where there's an actual fight scene, a big fight scene going on. Because in chapter 1, there wasn't really a fight scene. I didn't want to go into a fight scene right away on chapter 1. I wanted the action to be a little bit more muted. So we just see Hikari rescue some people, okay? I don't want the action to always be a fight scene. But this time around in chapter 2, half of chapter 2 it's all fight scene. It's like 20 pages of fight scene escalating, just getting intense until like the 40th page. It's like 20 pages of that. So the fight starts around page 24, I think, which I'll be finishing this week. Okay, so I'm really excited. It's gonna be hype. It's hype me. All right, so let's just do page 15. I was actually thinking of doing a different page because this is not really an exciting page, to be honest with you. So let me see if I can actually just jump to a different page, right? I was thinking of doing the fight between Aki. Well, it's not like a fight, but they kind of argue in a very intense way. Between Aki and Hikari, they have an argument. That's a bit intense, but it's not too intense that I can't really, it's not a spoiler between on the real fight scene. Yeah, this part here. I think, yeah, this is the page 20. Is the argument between Hikari and Aki. But I think we'll just make it simple, okay? Because I don't want to overly complicate it. And let's just do page 15 for now. Hello, hey Ray. It'll be exciting, yeah. Next week, after this week, this week we'll finish up more of the dialogues, the dialogue, more the world building, and then the following week after this, it's all gonna be fight scenes. It'll be exciting, yeah. Eating dinner while watching YouTube. Hey, there you go. I've already had my dinner. I'm actually extra full, which is not good. Hey, Jinjingo. Hey, man, what's up? Don't forget about the camera, not on the big screen. Now I will wait to watch you on the paneling. I will wait and watch you do paneling. Okay, yeah, I guess that's why I'm gonna do this. Because yesterday, some people were asking about paneling. So, let's actually switch my camera, right? Oh, yeah, it's already there. Alright, so this is the script we'll be doing. I'm just gonna isolate this, okay? On a different notepad. Because I don't like this scrolling thing. My mouse is kind of messed up. We'll isolate page 15, which is a 5-page panel. Alright, so I've already, and with some of these, I've already given them some description. And some of them I didn't, because these are just dialogue scenes, and I can just, make up poses on that. They're not that complicated. They're just talking scenes, okay? But like I said before, if you weren't here earlier, we're gonna do some camera tricks with the panels. If it requires it, okay? I can't promise that. Are you interested in joining manga contest? I saw that Kodensha is having a contest right now. They publish Attack on... Yeah, is it Kodensha or I think it was Kodakawa? I think it's Kodensha that published Attack on Titan. I have entered contest before. I entered Kodakawa's contest this March, and I am entering Kodensha's contest too in July. So I've already finished that one shot, so I'm pretty chill. It's not that stressful anymore. So, okay, let's start with this. So, page 15. So, panel 1, I've written down here that it's a big panel reveal. Why is it a big panel reveal? I actually forgot this part of the script. And that's why I write things down, guys, because I actually forget a lot. We see that the map reveal. Oh, okay, so the last page, I'm just going to show you the last page. Give me 1 sec. This is the last page. So, there's a hidden... Oh, okay, a bit of a spoiler, but there's something with the letter, okay? So, a map reveal. So, we're going to have to draw a map on page 1. So, that's going to be a big wide shot, a big panel. And then panel 2, another a low camera angle of the group looking down at the map. All right, there's a low camera angle right there. I'm going to make that just a little bit bigger. Where we can see like all 3 characters in one room. So, see what I'm doing here? I'm already kind of like mentally preparing myself before I tackle the panels, okay? So, panel 3, Master Oolong, okay, this is more dialogue scenes. So, how many people talk here? There's 2 people talking, but there are 3 parts of the dialogue. So, it's gonna be a bigger panel too. and so is panel 4. Panel 5, landscape. So panel 5 will be a smaller panel because only Aki is speaking here. So all right, let's do this. Okay, we're gonna experiment with some panels first. So let's say panel 1, it has to be a big reveal. Am I recording? No, I'm not recording. It's okay. Where's my Photoshop? I prepared a page here. If you want to know my resolution, this right on screen right now. 4158 by 5904 pixels. It's kind of big. I just want to make it big because, you know, I don't want it to be pixelating. And if the website requires me to make it smaller, I can easily make it smaller without losing quality. But the other way around, if it's a small image and you require it to make it bigger, it's gonna lose some quality. Okay, so let's start. So panel 1, let's make a new layer, and this will be my panel layer. Actually, hold on, let me just adjust my mic. Panel 1, so it's a big panel, but I don't want it to be too big. Stroke 15 inside. Let's make it something like that. What was panel 2 again? Camera angle of the group looking down at the map. Okay, I don't need this to be that big. Maybe the second panel is just big enough for us to see the group, but it won't be the money shot for this panel. Okay, so I'll teach you about sequencing. I believe somebody was asking me about sequencing yesterday. I'll teach you about sequencing and how what is a sequence. I think that's important. So panel 3. Once I finish the panels, okay, I'll teach you about sequencing. Panel Master Ulong. Right, so there's 3 dialogues here. So another medium shot. So what would be our money shot here? Yes, Mr. Hay. I think we can make panel 3 a money shot. And what I mean by a money shot is like it's like a big art piece. It's not necessarily a action piece or like a holy shit moment, but it's just something that I kind of spend more time with than other panels. So let's make panel 3 big. Let's make it its own sequence. So this is a pretty boring sequence, to be honest with you. And what I mean by boring is that there's nothing much happening with the page. It's outside of the thing that it's being spoken of. But the dialogue, what's important here is not the artwork per se, but the dialogue itself, okay? And that's why I was kind of thinking earlier that this might not be a good showcase. This particular page might not be a good showcase for something like this, because it's just a dialogue scene. They're just talking. But I'll show you some panels that I've done in the past where we can get some some sequence, some cool sequence. Mystery. Okay, so what we can do is just smaller panels in the bottom. Okay, I'm actually gonna create one more panel just to make the you know what? No, it's okay. I can combine panels. So like this. Wait. Just adjusting the sizes. They're too big. And like this. Okay. It's not centered, so let's just make it center. A bit smaller. Now, so I've got a rough outline of what my panels will look like. So it's gonna be panel 1 here, 1, 2, 3, then 4, right? Because the 5th panel on my script, I'm gonna combine that with the 4th panel, and just have all 3 characters be in one scene, and they're just talking. Okay. So I've changed this to a 5-panel page to a 4-panel page, okay? Just to save some real estate, and because I want to focus on the artwork. Maybe what we can do is, I've learned this from Kamomi Shirahama, where she kind of stretch sometimes some of the panels like this. all the way from edge to edge. Now you gotta be careful with this trick because you know of the gutters. Just make sure that your artwork is right here, right? So the other panels kind of serve as a guide that the good artwork has to be here, and artwork that are sticking out outside is just just throwaway artwork. Really, it's not a non-issue. So just make sure your artwork is stuck here, okay? The important bits. All right, so we'll do the same here. I think we can make this. I'm just experimenting. This may not work. Something like that, maybe. No, I don't like it. No. Maybe make it smaller. I'm just trying to make the squares, the panels a little bit more aesthetic. This is another trick as well. Vertical panels. Is it vertical? Yeah, vertical panels are much closer to each other like that than horizontal panels. So it has more space than this thing. And the reason why is because this entire thing, these two panels here, 1 and 2, represent one sequence. And so therefore they're much closer. And then this is a separate sequence or a tier. And a separate tier, right? So that's kind of the thing. So I kind of like this already. I'm gonna stick with this for now. And now we're gonna do some sketches, okay? So another layer, a new layer. I'm gonna lock the panel layer, this thing, because sometimes I kind of merge the sketch and the line work, and it's not good. It's just good practice to lock it. So what were we talking about here with the panels? What's going on? But see what I'm doing? Just going back and forth. Big panel reveal. So this is a map. So this thing is just a map. I've actually already created the map. Not exactly an accurate map that I want, but I can use that as a stepping off point. So let's just go like this, and maybe this is Master Erlong's thumb holding this letter. Just one thumb. Actually, this is left thumb. And there's a letter here, and then just the map reveal, right? Something like this. Are you guys following so far? Am I talking too fast? We can also make the map overlay like that. That kind of looks cool. And I believe it was Soul that was asking earlier and when to know how to do overlay. So for me, it's just a vibe, really. It's not, there's no rule around it. It's just a vibe. There is some artistic tricks. For example, in Witch Hat Atelier, there's this scene where the background has these rocks that kind of looks like stones, but kind of looks like triangles. A rock that looks like stones. Sorry. There are like these mountains in the background that kind of look more like a triangle, right? Like a very kind of fantastical mountain that looks like triangles. Well, mountains do kind of look like triangles, but you know what I mean? It's more pointy. And then Kamo Mishirama overlays the character with a pointy hat against those mountains. It's so cool. It's hard to explain. I actually made that example on my video about Kamo Mishirama. Self-plug. It makes sense you would overlay it on that part. Yeah, because for me it's just an opportunity to show off some overlays, right? Another thing that I stopped doing, by the way, are framed panel. I don't know why I stopped doing it, but I used to do it a lot. Right, so let's do a framed panel here because this is an important letter. I'm actually tempted to just make this entire thing. Yeah, actually, you know what? That's a good idea because this letter is important. So I'm gonna change the panel. Let's delete these, and let's make a big square here instead. Actually, you know what? Let's move. Damn, what's going on? Let's pull that back, and I'm going to reverse this. I want to flip it like that. Okay, so now I want the top panel to be gigantic because the letter here, I just realized this, the letter is a very significant event on the story. The finding of this letter. Is that right? Oh, okay, it is right. So I want this to be big. Maybe even maybe this is probably too big. Make it a bit smaller. Yeah. So this letter is important. So I want it to be prominent. So let's recheck the sequence, okay? Because I changed the panel. So panel 1, big letter. Panel 2, low camera angle. They're looking at the letter. Panel 3. Okay, this one's a big dialogue scene. Panel 4 and 5, big dialogue scene. Okay, this is fine then. So I want this to stand out a bit more. So you gotta think about those things while you're paneling, okay? And I want the letter. Let's extend his hand here. Let's make the letter a bit bigger. This is probably too big, to be honest with you. Let's make it smaller because I'm kind of worried about the gutter. The gutter, by the way, is like this invisible lines here that you gotta take account when you're printing, and that gets cut. So I know I'm not gonna print this for a while, but I'm already accounting for it for a just-in-case moment. Oh, you know, I get the opportunity to print it far in the future, then I don't have to edit it again because that's gonna be big work. So he's holding the. Do I have an example here? I don't have a paper here. Here's some money, right? So let's pretend he's holding it like that. Right? Like this. Alright, so that would go like this then. This. So I'm not really thinking about the anatomy here of the hands yet. Well, I am sort of thinking about it, but it's not important to get it correct this time around, okay? And the map reveal, I kind of like that. And let's make a beautiful ornate frame around this panel just to highlight its importance even further, okay? Next is a low camera angle where we see them all of them, and this is gonna be a bit of, maybe, let's see, Master Erlong is, no, this is too big. Let's see if we can fit all 3 of them here. I'm not gonna make it a low camera angle yet, okay? I'm just sketching the idea. So this is the letter. No, let's make Master Erlong first. Holding the letter. Did he hold his letter with his right hand back in the other? So holding it with his right hand. Is that his right hand? That's his left hand. All right, well, I made a mistake then. Let's flip that. And now that's his right hand. So right hand, this should be his right hand. Holding it like this. Okay. It's gonna be his hand. And his hand is like under, the other hand is under his thing. So he's kind of holding a, for example, this coin is the rune. He's kind of holding it underneath to reveal the map. So his other hand is underneath the letter. Hello, me Bev. Welcome to the stream, man, or woman, whatever. So I'm just sketching a manga page, and today we're gonna finish it. We're gonna finish a manga page from start to finish. Okay. So this is a nice pose. I like this pose. Now let's turn it to a low camera angle. I'm gonna put that there just for a reference. And low camera angle. So a smaller head. And let's say the right hand is here. And letter is kind of flowing here, right? Again, highlighting the importance of the letter. So I'm overlaying it here. So like this. So now, low camera angle. The other hand is supporting it, or there's a rune of warmth underneath it. That looks like, to me, that looks like a low camera angle. I don't know if you guys see it. And then let's look at Hikari here. And behind Orlong. And peeking. Then Aki here too. Too big. Okay. Low camera angle. At least I see the low camera angle. Hopefully everybody does too. And then we see the roof, their roof. This is gonna be the roof, because you know it's low camera angle, so the roof should be visible. Let's erase this. I don't need this now. So what was panel 3? I keep forgetting about panel 3. Panel 3 is Master Oolong and Aki talking to each other. How about let's do a high camera angle this time, okay? Looking down at the letter. So this will be the top of Master Oolong's head. Let's create that bounding box, and it's gonna be a very extreme angle, right? So that would be the box of Oolong, which I need to move him a little bit. I need to account for the dialogue. So the dialogue would be here on top, and hopefully in the middle too, if I can. Actually, you know what? I could just copy paste this. There you go. Adjust it a little bit. And Aki is a smaller person. Should I draw Hikari here? I don't know if I should. I don't think I need to. Because there's gonna be a lot of dialogue. It's unnecessary to draw extra stuff. All right, so Master Oolong. I hope I get this right. I really hate this angle, but I want to do right by my viewers. Right hand. Which one? This one's his right hand. So we'll see the letter here a little bit. Him holding it, and his other hand is now, you know, somewhere else, like this, and feet, because he's facing this way, so his feet won't show as much. All right, I like that. So Aki is facing this way, and it's also kind of like, you know, talking. So we'll give him a gesture of that he's talking. Hikari should be somewhere around here. Right? We won't draw her. Shoulders. Arms. What does Aki say? Me neither. Just a me neither. Okay. Maybe we will give him a thinking pose. So something like this, and maybe a less wide stance, and feet. High camera, and that's the floor, right? Wooden floor. Alright, I like that. Let's erase the bounding box. It's kind of bothering me. Lastly, it's all three of them together, because they have one dialogue each for the last panel. But here's the thing. I also want to account for who talks first. Okay, so who talks first? Hikari talks first on the last panel. We'll erase panel 5. Hikari, Oolong, then Aki. So I need to account for who talks first. So the person who should be on the furthest right, because she talks first, right, with the dialogue. However, that's not a overarching rule. That's not a all-encompassing rule. Of course, you can switch them up, but it's just a good rule to follow in general. Oh, somebody knocking on my wall. Kind of creepy. So what are they talking about? What's the mood of the situation? So Hikari is complaining. It's another mystery, huh? Okay. And Oolong and Aki is like thinking, because they're the smart ones here. So Hikari, let's draw Hikari being frustrated. Oh, and another thing is you need to account for where they are in the space too. So over here, Orlong turns around and Aki is like right here, right? This is Aki. So she's directly behind him. So Hikari should be here. So for Hikari to talk first, where would the camera be? Right, so it should be Hikari here. And then let's say Orlong speaks next, right? Okay, Orlong speaks next. Here. So Aki would be here. Yeah. Or we could flip it. Now Aki is maybe here. In the foreground. That could work too. Actually, yeah, that works because Aki speaks last. So we'll draw Aki like, you know, his back here. And them talking. Does Aki talk last? I think this here is important enough to be its own panel. Yeah, I think I'm going to. And second thought, I think I need to separate the panel. And the reason why I'm doing this is because if I draw Aki there on his back, right, this thing, the thing that he says is kind of important, that like he's thinking, he's trying to figure it out. So I want his face to show a little bit more, and I can't really do that justice with a wide shot. So we're gonna draw his face. It's not really big, but visible. His emotions can shine through the panel, right? And we don't just see his back, we see his actual face, and we see his pose, his gesture. And that's why I want it to be separate. Oops, wrong panel. You guys following so far? Let me know if you know if there's something that you don't understand. So this is Aki in Orlong. Oh, I think I need new glasses too. The glasses that I'm wearing right now is kind of making me feel dizzy. But without it, I also feel dizzy. Alright, so this particular panel is just for Aki, okay? So we'll draw him. What would be a good angle? Side profile? Side profile, maybe not. A full body where we can see him overlay here. And like this. I think that's this. I think I like this. Okay. Right? Oh yeah. I like this. I like this a lot. Yeah. Let's make this page more Aki centric. So Aki is trying to see here. This is gonna be my money shot. Next to this. Because this isn't really a money shot, right? It's just a letter. I can draw that in like 5 minutes. Okay, so now we've established where everybody is. We're just going to clean the sketch just a little bit. Enough for me to understand what's going on and what their poses are, where everything goes. Especially with these two, these are not defined. So again, Hikari here is complaining. That'll be a good pose for her. She's kind of like scratching her head, maybe, or maybe she has her hands on her waist. Maybe I'll give her a scratching thing. Here, scratching her the back of her head, you know, as if she's kind of frustrated, and we'll give her a frustrated look, something like that. This is a very funny drawing. We'll make her kind of bend her head a little bit. America Amik Virbol. Is that a Russian? Hey man or girl. Welcome to the stream. So we'll make her tilt her head a little bit here while he's scratching the back of her neck. And Orlong here is kind of looking up as if he's thinking. And we'll give him a closed crossed arm pose. You know what? It'd be fun. It would be cool if he does that thing with the kimono where he puts his arms underneath the sleeves, and we don't see his arms. Unless maybe it's just an excuse for me not to draw hands. Nah, I'm just joking. It does look cool. Something like that. Okay, so Aki here obviously just has a thinking pose, and we'll have his head also tilted, similar to what Orlong is doing. You know, it's kind of the thing that you do, right? Or actually, we can have him look down. No, that doesn't look right. Have him his head up like this. Okay. And other hand on the waist. The other hand should be here. What would his hand be doing? Something like this, right? Like this. This. Okay. And on the waist here. And that's Aki right there. He's a kid. I actually wrote more about these characters, and you know, this more about their future interactions and what their role is, especially for the main characters. Aki is the smart one of the bunch, but he can also leap into action. It's not as strong as Hikari here, with kind of almost superhuman. Well, she is superhuman. But he's not just a brain, you know. Aki is can also leap into a fight, which we'll see at the end of chapter 2, because they're gonna have to work together to defeat the villain of chapter 2. Okay, I like that. Let's define Aki a little bit more. So this part of my process. This is my Tuesday. Yeah, this is my Tuesday. Monday is just, you know, the laying out of the page and the panel. But this part is my Tuesday. It doesn't really take much, right, to work if you already know what you're doing. And you know, if anybody out there that is aspiring to be a artist full time, just like me, it's not much work. And if you live in Southeast Asia, the pay is also very good. I'm not gonna tell you my salary, but I'm just gonna say it's really good. If you live in Southeast Asia, but if you're in a Western country, it's just minimum wage. Let's just say that. So Aki is a pretty chill guy. So he has that lazy eyes kind of vibe. All right, let's draw a hand. I actually have a full tutorial about this. Buford, hey man, welcome to the stream. I have a full tutorial about this, but I'm gonna demonstrate how I draw a hand here. I think I've already done this before, right? So he's doing this kind of deal. Okay. We won't be able to see all of the fingers. It's being blocked by everything else. And that's my hand. So this would be right here. That's the thumb. Okay. Did I have him hold? No, this is fine. This is fine. I could probably move this. Where is this comic coming up? Well, the chapter 1 is already out on Manga Plus. I'll link you the I'll link you the chapter. Give me a sec. All right, there you go. Leave a like and maybe comment if you can. I would love some feedback. Pin message. I'm gonna pin that there. Okay. That has to be the cleanest hand I've ever seen. I have a full video coming up this week about it on how to draw hands, and man, I drew a lot of hands. Just for that video. It actually gave me a headache, to be honest with you. Drawing hands is complicated, man. Requires a lot of like precision. But I figured out a way to make it not complicated. Actually, it's one of the... I recently learned that trick, and I've been using it for a while now. Wait, it doesn't make sense. I recently learned it, but I've been using it for a while. I relatively recently learned it. You know what I mean, right? How difficult is it to promote there? I've been thinking about posting there. The thing about Manga Plus is they kind of... I don't know if you can say mislead, because it's in their fine print. But the viewers there is not real. Let me explain. The view is not per chapter. It's per page. So a person, for example, I have 44 pages in my chapter. If one person reads all of the pages, that's counted as 44 views. So you gotta keep that in mind. However, I think with that being said, it's still pretty good. And in terms of just publishing your artwork on a website that caters to specifically manga, because webtoon and tapas are more webtoon manhwa based, the scrolling format, and mangas don't really survive those platforms too long, right? I mean, I'm sure some do, but for the most part, for indie mangakas who doesn't have much of a following, I think Manga Plus is really great for that, than tapas or webtoon, at least from my research, right? And that's why I'm also creating a webtoon version of my manga. That's gonna take a while, but I want to upload it on the webtoon series too, because I wanna just... The trick about social media that I've learned so far is that you have to just have a lot of eyes as you can to your work. So that's why I want to do that. Okay. How did you just the usual construction? Perhaps I'll just study it more in my book. Yeah, it's just the usual. I think I've showed you that too. You already know about that. And again, it will be covered more in the video. But it's already so cool. Hey, thanks. You should post this on Webtoon. I do have it in Webtoon, but it's not doing so well on Webtoon. I think I got like 22 views on Webtoon. and on Manga Plus, I think I'm almost 5,000 by now. I don't know, 4,300, something like that, right? So I kind of favor Manga Plus because it's just where my audience is. I think the format would work well. I do think so too, and I think I'll get more viewers on Webtoon once I actually convert the format to um a Webtoon scrolling panel page, right? I think this hand is too small for his face. Let's make it a bit bigger. Not too big, like that. I'll read it there because I don't use Manga Plus. Uh okay. You know what? I can send you the link for the Webtoon too. It's there anyway. But the version on Webtoon is not it's not updated. I made some spelling mistake when I update this. Okay. So you're gonna have to forgive me. Why can't I link it? Oh, there it is. Um, there you go. I just linked it. Hopefully everybody gets it. So just a disclaimer, there are I think I only misspelled 2 words on the entire chapter anyway. So maybe it's not a big deal. Maybe it is. I don't know. So it's not. It's one of the reasons why I kind of just abandoned that because it's a lot harder to edit per page on Webtoon than on Manga Plus. Because once I was made aware about the mistake, I was easily able to edit the submission without re-uploading it, right? So yeah, that's another thing. Is saying okay, I don't want to re-upload this on Webtoon. It's so hard to edit, or maybe that's just me. You know, maybe I'm just not tech savvy or whatever. Sometimes my sketches are so dirty, it's hard to understand what's going on. So I've also had some design decisions that about these kimonos here. They're not exactly kimonos. They're more of a mix of a kimono as well as a medieval tunic. Is it a tunic? I don't know what it's called. So you wouldn't get this skirt effect here on a kimono because they would just tuck it in and then it's just a pants. And the reason why I decided to do this is because I don't want it to be exactly like in the real world. Let's go to the panel. It's kind of disturbing. There we go. And it's too small again. I had that problem. He's a kid, so his proportions is a little bit off. We'll have him express a little bit, right? Squinting his eyes, thinking really, really hard. Let's flip that. That looks kind of horrible. Yeah, thought so. This part here needs to. I think the easiest way to edit it would be to redo the chapter and replace it. That's the problem because it already has views, and if I replace it, then I'm gonna lose those views, right, and start over again. And it's not guaranteed that I'll have those. But you're right. I don't really care about it anyways. It's not that much views. So I might do that in the future. I'm gonna delete that the link that you've sent me in the future and re-upload a version of it that's a scrolling version of the manga. That's probably what's gonna happen. Also, if you don't really care about webtoon, you could probably just bi-weekly posting. This is gonna be a monthly manga, to be honest, because it's like 50 pages per chapter. Might as well at least 40 to 50 pages. Okay. Might as well make the next page then. If I have time, I'll make like 2 pages, right? But I only really accounted for 1 today. That looks okay. Maybe just a little bit. I want his hair to be a bit messy. Actually, just cleaner. Right, that's right. Hikari fixes his hair. It should be a lot less messy. Looks okay. Right. Looks good. I think I just need to really clean this up a little bit because it's not a very complex page. When we do the action scenes next, not this week, not next Saturday, but next Saturday, the pages will be very complex, and it will require a lot of references. Okay. The Master Oolong is a bit older, so he has a more defined face, beard. Balding too. Old people. There we go. That's a big head here. Make it a tad bit smaller, okay? The gigantic head. There you go. That's a bit better. Bring back the panel. Make his body a bit bigger too. My website is also almost up for anybody interested in buying my prints. It's a way to support the channel, you know, since I can make more videos about this stuff, and I can also give back to my community. I'm really excited about that. So he's crossing his arms. I wonder what it would cost me to make a giveaway, a free giveaway, to my viewers, right? I think it would depend on where everybody is. I can probably only do a giveaway if you're in like near my location, near the Philippines, Southeast Asia maybe. This kind of looks really terrible. I'm gonna give him a little bit of a hunch. Raise his neck. The reason why it's terrible because he has a small body. Reduce the size of his head. There you go. Way better. Have you tried publishing locally? No, I have not tried publishing at all. Maybe I'll publish. I'll publish. I'll be self-published once I complete volume 1. Volume 1 will be something like 200 pages. Give me a sec. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some pillow. My chair is kind of hurting my butt. Hello. Oh yeah, that feels nice. Yes, man. I tried publishing locally. I did. I tried publishing locally. I haven't tried. Sorry, I haven't tried publishing locally. Can you hear me? Because you're repeating that. Where are you chatting from? You're not chatting from YouTube. Oh, okay. Well, that's weird. Because I just checked my. Again, I'm using an app. And in my app, you spammed that. But on YouTube, you didn't. Okay. It's weird. I still think his head is too big. Okay. Hikari will be in the foreground. Let's make her a bit bigger. And him lower. I think I can do this faster if I just overlay this sketch, right? But I'm already into deep. We'll give her a funny face. Maybe a confused face. Nah. No, that was fine. Her ears is kind of lower, expressing her frustration. Kind of looks like ribbons. And yeah, she has fangs. Oops. Wait, guys. Come on. Hmm. Hands. Shoulders is kind of down. Hey Elias, what's up, man? I think my chat app is bugging out. I can't see your chats. Oh, there it is. I see it. 49 pages for a chapter is insane. How long did you work on this? Awesome art, by the way. Actually, I think there's only 44 pages there. I think you're seeing 49 because of the cover page and the outro page. Plus, there are 2 extra pages because the split page, there are 2 double page spreads there. And the way Manga Plus works is that you have to split it in 2. So, and then and Manga Plus will splice them for you. So there's 2 extra pages because of the double page spread, and 2 more pages because of the cover art. I think there was one more thing. I don't know why it's showing 49. But how long did I work on this? That probably took me around a month and a half, maybe a little bit more. Let's say 2 months, because I worked on that on my busiest days, and I could only work for a few pages every week or so. But right now I don't have much work, so I can work on chapter 2 really quickly. In fact, I'm already 13 pages. This will be the 14th page for chapter 2. And then this week I plan to finish 8 more pages for chapter 2. 8 or 9, okay? And that will put me on 23 pages, I think, if my math is right. 14 plus 8. What is that? 22. Yeah, 22 pages by the end of this week. And I should be almost halfway with chapter 2 by then. I'm really excited for chapter 2. Actually, I'm really excited for chapter 3. Because chapter 3, the journey truly begins, you know. The chapter 1 and chapter 2 are set up for the actual story. You know, like any good old story, right? It's like the beginnings of something bigger. And I hope you are all, you know, you join me in this journey with me too. Because it's been a really fun ride. And I don't wanna get off the ride. Okay, are you like this? What about these two? I'm doing this now because I don't feel confident with these angles. Especially with the high camera angle, I absolutely hate doing those things. But we'll see if I can do it, okay? Mr. Olong. I'm just gonna do this very quickly. I don't even need to be super clean with these drawings anyway. I think my doing my hand tutorial that I mentioned earlier was more of a tutorial for me too. I did notice my hand drawing improved ever since I started making that, because I to be able to make a hand tutorial you have to also draw a lot of hands, and that's exactly what I did. And I think a lot of people struggle with hands. And so I guess, I'll give my 2 cents as to how I do it out there. I know there's already a lot of tutorials on how to do hands. We'll make Hikari a little bit more sassy here. Or, just hyper curious. Her neck is she's kind of doing this thing. Oh yeah, she has a ponytail here. I totally forgot. It's a ponytail. Okay. Then Aki here. It's a bit difficult to draw because he's really small now. Make him bigger. His face should be higher because he's kind of peeking. And move his face right there, a bit smaller. What's going on? Man, my chat app is going crazy right now. I think I need to restart it. Wait. Okay, I like that. All right, this is going to be like really difficult for me, okay? So forgive me if I don't pull this off, but I think I should be able to do that. You won't see their faces. This page will be carried by their poses instead. Let's see his nose. We'll see Aki's face more than Master Oolong. He's kind of faced back. You won't see his feet, just the back of it. Really tiny here, like this. Okay, that looks good. Hey, I actually pulled that off. Surprised myself. Let's see if I can do Aki. Head, face, top of the head. Right, this is the guide. What the guide is for. This is gonna be a lot difficult because we can actually see his face. This is what I'm really scared of. Okay. Hopefully I don't disappoint. Okay, don't need that anymore. So the face. Oh, that looks okay. I need it to be a bit rounded since he's a young kid. I think his hair is too long. Ears should be here. That. That looks so terrible. That looks so bad. All right, wait. I need a smaller brush. If I can't pull this off, I'm going to need to look at a reference. Okay. I'm gonna try and see if I can without it. That looks okay to me. Okay-ish. Kinda looks like a girl from here. I'm gonna need a reference for this. We'll skip the face first, but yeah, I need a reference for that. We'll get back to it. Oops, 1 second, guys. Fine. My chat app is not working. Maybe I don't want that to be here. Let's make his kimono. Kind of just looks like he's flat, right? He looks flat. I think I need to define him a bit more. But I really think I need a reference for this. Okay. Let's look for a reference. Looks nice. 1 second. I'll show you guys the reference, okay? If I can find a good one. Okay, I think this one's okay-ish. Alright, here's the reference that I found. And this in particular, I like this angle. We're just gonna put that here. And we're gonna copy it, okay? Not everything. I just want the angle of the head. Really. Does it actually work? A little bit. I need a thicker brush. Longer face. I see what it's doing. I think the face just looks. Wait, I need another reference. I need to figure this out. It's the angle of the face that's putting me off, to be honest with you. Maybe this is nice. Okay, this is a nice catalog. See what angle I'm looking for here. It's more like this. Yeah, something like this is what I'm looking for. More than anything, okay? So let's just copy that. You know, I kind of wish I didn't erase the drawing. Something like this. So, okay, so we wouldn't be able to see his face then. Because it's like covered in hair. Right, if it place that here, for example, this would be Aki's hair. That's a really small ear. Okay. There you go. I think I'm happy with that. Now his shoulders should be here. Shoulders. Chest, he should be here somewhere. And skirt. Feet be really small. Right? Yeah. There is these too. Maybe I'll put him in an angle. An angle. We can see a little bit of his shirt. A little bit of his skirt. Before we get into the legs. Oh, arms. What would we be doing in his arms? Wait, is he doing it with his right hand? Yeah, right hand. This is giving me a lot of trouble, guys. Hi, just got on. I hope I wasn't too late. Yeah, you're okay, man. We're still just sketching. I mean, I'm still in the sketching phase, and this angle is absolutely destroying me. Let's have his hands above here. Okay, that works, I think. Man, I really don't like it. I'm tempted to just change this entire, change the thing. Yeah, I think I want to change the angle, because I'm spending too much time on it to make it right, and it's kind of a really difficult angle. Oof, overhead shots are a pain. They are. What if oh wait, I'm not gonna give up on it, okay? Just yet. Come on, work. So Aki should be... Should he be in view here? He should be more in view. Actually, we should see his feet a little bit, yeah? Then it becomes a little bit more of a fish islands, where the vanishing point is here, and Aki is part of this vanishing point, and Oolong is part of this vanishing point. Huh. For some reason, to me that makes sense. Let's try this one more time. Maybe a grid can help. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I just want to eyeball it for now. It's quicker. And it's just a sketch anyway. Right? If I can't get this right, I'm just gonna do a standard horizon shot pose. But what would be the grid here? So vanishing point is underneath, because this is the ground, and something like this. So his bounding box would be here, like that, and his bounding box is this. like this. Yeah. So it's more of a fish eye. So grid is like here, here. It makes sense to me, but what I'm worried about if it makes sense to everybody else. We'll give him the same pose, same thinking pose. Okay. Could I have him? Well, maybe not. He's not. He doesn't have his hands on his waist yet. Multitasking right now, listening to you and writing my script. Hey, there you go. If you have a question though, just let me know. Okay. I'm also kind of multitasking. Yeah, I think this makes way more sense. His face should be just a normal face. Like that. Okay, just very quickly. Did that make sense to me? We'll need some items to support this, like a table that is in perspective, right? Or a cabinet that's in perspective later to support the angle. But okay, we'll keep that. I really like that. So let's now move on to my Wednesday, Thursday, Friday workload, which is to clean it up again. Okay, so we're going to redraw the entire thing, but this time much cleaner line work. Okay, with a much cleaner line work. Let's reduce the opacity to 11%. I choose 11 because it's easier to press 1 than 1 Oops. And okay, I'm gonna lock the panel layer because I keep on merging those. Let's start with panel 1. So I'm much more careful here. Big shape. Redraw everything. Yeah. Well, it was just a sketch anyway. The thing that I was drawing. Same here. I'm listening while working on a one shot. Or they're gonna hey, there you go, man. It's so cool that you guys are working on that. You have no idea how happy that makes me. Is it possible to combine Miyamoto Musashi's self-educated in reading with art? I'm not quite sure what your question is. Combine Miyamoto Musashi's self-educated in reading with art. What part of the process am I on? This is the line work already. This is like the third stage of my process. Out of say 5, I think it's 5 stages. Make this part a bit fatter. Okay. The letter. That line art is final, right? No. What's it? No more redraw? Yeah, no more redraw after this. Still outlining, still hungover from working on the manga plus Join contest entry. Oh, you're joining that? Awesome. I wish I could join that, but I'm too busy working on this thing and my video. I'm just gonna join the Kodensha one because that's already finished for me. I don't have to think about that. I'll join the Shueisha's competition one day. I think maybe once I finish volume 1 of this manga, I'll draw another one shot that I'm also writing on. It's a longer one shot and it's a part of the universe that I'm creating, this world that I'm creating, but it's set 7 years before is found by Master Oolong. What's your opinion on them allowing AI in the console? Just let them allow it. I don't really care about that. Just let them allow it. Just let them use it. It's okay. Let them have their fun. You know what I mean? But if you want to know my opinion about it, really, joking aside, I'm kind of torn about that. And in one hand, it's bad. Absolutely, it's not a good look for them. On the other hand, there's a part of me that just doesn't care. And I will say that just let them use it. That it's their competition. I would prefer they don't. It's not good. It's not a good look. Let's focus on what self-learning is. I don't know how to study. Watching Musashi's educate changed me on how to learn rather than copy the tutorials. I think people just learn in different ways, to be honest with you. And for me, I definitely am not a fast learner, and I don't really do well with theories and tutorials and how to do that. The way I learn is I have to do it myself, make the mistakes, and just get in there, get nice and dirty with the skill you're trying to learn. And yeah, that's how I learn. So people just learn differently. That's okay if that's your pace, right? But the point of a tutorial, for example, because I definitely do tutorials on my YouTube videos, is that I always say that just use the tutorial as a stepping off point to do something of your own. Does this make sense? No. We'll draw the map separately. This is absolutely unbelievable, mate. What's unbelievable? Unbelievable. Yeah, what's unbelievable, man? What's unbelievable? I can't talk. Um. Okay. Your drawing and talent. Hey, thanks. Well, I don't know if I have that. I know I can draw well. And thank you. This is just a hand though. Okay, I like that. Is it just me, or breaking up panels and pages on scripts is a bit hard? This is my first time. It's kicking my butt. What makes it hard for you then? Why you're having a problem with it? Because to me, it's kind of easy. Maybe I can explain it to you. You weren't here for when I was doing my script reading, right? You just joined? Because I can show you my script if you want. Okay. I like this. We'll add letter here later. I have to copy paste that. Oh yeah, right. It's a map. It's supposed to be a map. I have to draw the map on a separate page or a separate layer, something, and I'll just copy paste it. And then I need to put my map on my background asset because I also have a map section there. I have to think about shots per panel, and per panel has to have one action only to have. Though my script is short, it got. I'm not sure what you mean. I have to think of the shots per panel. Yeah, and per panel has to have one action only. Yes, that's exactly right. Though my script is short. I'll just pull up my sketch again, okay? So, and I'll also give you my. Oh, not this one. This one. I'll also show you my script. So. This is my script for page 15, and this is how I broke it down. So, say panel 1, I already wrote that there, big panel reveal for the map that Erlong is holding. So that's this one right here, okay? Big panel reveal. So panel 2, low camera angle. The low camera angle, the group, all three of them are looking at the map. And that's this right here. All right, and then high camera angle, they're talking. That's my script here. On here I didn't actually write it. I just thought of, okay, this could be a good idea to put a high camera angle. You don't have to do that, but if it's just a talking panel, for example, here there are 3 dialogues here, one from Erlong, one from Aki, and then another one from Erlong. So that means I have to put a lot of thought on where to put my dialogue, because that's a lot of dialogue. Three bubbles in one panel is a lot of dialogue, and therefore I have to make the panel big enough for 3, right? So this is pretty big. There's like a lot of spaces here, right? See that? Some spaces here, a lot of space here, a lot of space here, a lot of space here for dialogue. So I also account for that. Even here, right? I account for dialogues here. This one I don't have to worry about much. There's a lot of things I can overlay. The only thing that's important here is the map anyways. Okay, so I also account for those things. Then let's look at my panel 4. Where's my panel 4? The panel 4, Hikari and Orlong are talking. So there's 2 dialogues there. So there it's not much of a dialogue, but I can put that here, right? These 2, or here even, or maybe even just out of bounds. And then panel 5 is, this should be panel 5. Panel 5, and it's just Aki talking. So I kind of drew him big here, and I can put the dialogue here. Like map, it's not that complicated. It's relatively simple. I think it's just, you just have to account for the space. Maybe it is kind of like math. You just need to account for the space, and as well as the poses of the character. That's really it. Those 2 things, okay? So think of it as if you're a cameraman, trying to shoot a movie. And how would you introduce this thing? So try doing that with your panel right now. Take a look at what's going on, and if what's going on deserves more panel real estate, then make the panel bigger, similar to my panel 1 that you just saw. And if it's a dialogue scene, take a look at who's talking, what's being said, as well as how big dialogue box has to be. I'm almost done, Jingo. I have the power to push through. Thanks, Jingo, for your help. Hey, no worries, man. But yeah, if it's a dialogue scene, take a look at what's going on, who's talking, and what's being said, and how big is the dialogue, how long it is, and then you just have to account for that. Because this could be anything, right? This could be a normal scene, just with the horizon line, an eye level horizon line. And I didn't really have to do a low camera angle for this one. I just thought it was cool. It's not something that I think it's necessary to do this. There's no arbitrary law or rule that tells me that this has to be a low camera angle. It's vibes, man. It's vibes. So if there's like a lot of dialogue, you can put less panels, right? Or do big panels, still shots. If a page has a lot of dialogues, it would require me to add more dialogue, more panels. To be honest with you, it depends on how many dialogues it is. But to reduce the number of, for example, this is a very dialogue heavy page. So to reduce the number of panels, what I did was combine panels, and instead of having one character talk in per panel, I have two characters talking. So those are like combined, right? So it's not the page is not overwhelmed with panels. So here, like they're talking here, so it would account for two dialogue bubbles here. They're talking, and this is a 3 dialogue bubble. Does that make sense? It just really depends on how you pose your panels, right? Compose, I mean, your panels. Oops. That's my script, by the way. So here, this is like a lot of dialogue, at least for me, okay? Oops, something wrong with my mouse. It keeps scrolling down. Especially around here. This panel 3 has 3 dialogue bubbles. So instead of, say, Master Oolong and then Aki and then Master Oolong, so that would be panel 1, panel 2, panel 3, it should be just one panel. Alright? It's also a lot more smoother that way, because then we see the actual interaction between characters instead of having them interact per panel. Like a movie will do that, right? Well, they'll cut to a face, and then once he's finished talking, cut to the other face. He's done talking, cut to the next face. He's done talking, right? You don't do it like that, because that's gonna be a lot of panels if you do it like that. I mean, one of the bigger challenges is spacing. The story so that every left pit. Huh? Sorry, I can't read. For me, one of the bigger challenges is spacing the story so that every left page ends on a page turner. You don't actually have to do that, although that is a really good trick, and I do that just sometimes. Okay, often enough to be important, but not every time. For example, here, this is actually a page turner, because the previous page is this thing. Okay, this is the previous page before this. So they're kind of figuring out what's with this letter. And then Master Oolong figures it out. And they're kind of like waiting on what's going on here. And then the next page, we see the result of the solution of Master Oolong. So this thing is the solution, right? There's a map that's being revealed on this letter, and everybody's shocked, blah blah blah. It's kind of thinking, but this doesn't end on a page turner, because what's the next page after this? Let me take a look. Actually, what's the next page? Where's my chapter 2? Where's my chapter 2? Oh, here it is. 16. Oh yeah, it's just more dialogue box. It's not a big reveal after this. So not every page has to end on a page turner, but every page has to end on a closed sequence, for example. Okay, and what I mean by that is, if there's an action, for example, me picking up this pen, that's a sequence. So how many panel is that sequence? So my pen is here. I open my hand. That's one panel. I then gesture towards the pen. That's 2 panels. I then hold the pen. That's 3 panels. And then I pick up the pen. That's 4 panels. So that's one sequence. So the end of a page should end the sequence all the time. Okay. So it's not like that's another rule. Okay. So it's not like the panel ends, the page ends when I'm about to pick up the pen, because it's just a, oh yeah, 4, it could be 3, it doesn't matter, but you get my point, right? It's like a sequence, an action, a sequence of an action. The only exception I can think of that rule is if there's a big reveal. For example, I'll show you Ruri Dragon. There's a really great sequence here that I absolutely love. Let me switch back to my camera so you'll see the manga. So in Ruri Dragon, spoilers for Ruri Dragon, she sneezes here. Where is... So here, okay, this is the sequence. This is the entire what's this in my camera? Entire left scene. That's one sequence. So this is one sequence. Oh, sorry, I'm kind of I'm disoriented. So this panel 1, panel 2, that's one sequence. He stands up and he reads the book. And then panel 3 and panel 4, that's one sequence. He's kind of about to sneeze. And then this one is the wind up. Okay? And then what happens next is a big reveal. He breathes fire from the sneeze. It's like this amazing panel, right? And I guess that's the only exception to that rule, okay? But every page, if every single page here ends on ends the sequence. It ends in action. Except if there's a big reveal like the one I just showed you. Alright, so here classroom starts. So yeah. Hopefully that makes sense, right? So it's not a rule exactly that you have to follow. You can break these rules, of course. Like I just gave an exception there where you can do that. But that's just like a guideline, right? A good rule to follow. Give me a sec, guys. I need to drink some water. It's called a double page spread. Something in my mouth. The breathe fire, yeah. Yeah, it's called the double page spread. There's a full page spread, which is just a single page that's spread, you know, without any panels, just one big panel. That's a full page spread. And a double page spread is where it takes up 2 pages. I actually don't have a double page spread for chapter 2. I should consider that. I have like 2 double page spread on chapter 1 though. Pretty cool. Those are always fun. So just to recap that, you don't always have to end on a page turner, but the sequence must end on the page, right? On every page. Every page has to have a goal on what it sets up to be. The only, again, and the only exception is if there's a big reveal after that, then it's okay to not finish the sequence, but instead add a wind up panel, like the sneeze, right? Wind up and then double page spread sneeze. So that did not end the page in a sequence because it's a page turner. It's supposed to make you want to... Am I making sense here, guys? Am I contradicting myself? Or because I don't think I'm explaining it like a normal person. I'm stuttering a lot. Sorry, guys. English is like my second language. I'm doing my best, okay? Raining hard today. I wish it rained here in the Philippines. It's so hot. Where are you guys from, by the way? Hot and constant power interruption plus raising electricity bills. You know, it's funny. That's also happening in my country. It's absolutely crazy. I'm actually terrified about my electricity consumption this month. I think it's about to kill me because I've been using my air conditioning so much because of the heat. Ponytail. Read your manga. It was so cool, by the way. Thanks. Yeah, I like it or leave a comment. Give me a feedback, man. I appreciate that. No, shoulders too wide. Could be. This hair is really bothering me. She should look like she's speaking. Hair's really bothering. Should be peeking behind Master Oolong. I think her head needs to be a tad bit smaller because it's a low camera angle. Actually, it's fine. She looks kind of funny there. Don't forget about her fangs. It's okay. Uh-huh. Color hickory. So from here, it's really relaxing. Not stress. It's a lot of work from here, still, but all of the stress, all of the things that I had to figure out, the poses, the composition, the script, all that has been done for me already. So I'm really just drawing from here. And the hardest part really is the script. I understand a lot of people in the chat is having a hard time with that. I also have a hard time with that. Here's my tip for you, okay? For writing, my greatest tip I've found is just write something, write the story, and don't worry about the panels first. Because I find that when I'm writing, I naturally gain the ability to just imagine what's going on as if it's a movie, right? And the more you write, the more like you become the visuals become more vivid in your imagination, and that will eventually help you figure out the panels. And it's also your excuse to watch and read other mangas too and observe how they do it. I also would advise you to learn some photography tricks, photography angles, camera angles, things like that. If you're having a problem with paneling, those really help. I think, for me at least, right? And what else can I say? Yeah, I'm just really drawing now. There's nothing to it. I'm gonna flip the canvas once I finish this panel. See if I'm missing something. And to make his head a bit smaller. And his eyes a bit lower too. It's really small. It's kind of difficult to draw if it's starting to pixelate. Yeah, definitely head smaller. Kind of looks weird here, but I'm also not worried about it because it's a smaller panel. It's not really detailed. It doesn't have to be. Fine. Rock face? No, it's okay. Normal face. That's me. Oh, okay. Finish the finish this panel. Let's flip everything, yeah? Looks okay. Aki needs some help. Alright. Looks good to me. Next one, the dreaded high camera angle. This is gonna suck so bad. But you're not gonna learn unless you dive into it. Like I said, I learned by tackling the problem head on. Wait, I need to please change the music. There we go. If you guys don't know, this music comes from this video game I used to be addicted to back in 2000, and it's called Ragnarok Online. Sure, if anybody played that, I doubt anybody has. It's a really old game, unless you probably grew up in the 90s or early 2000s. Um, I doubt anybody knows what Ragnarok is. Well, maybe because there's a lot of remakes of it now, mobile. Nothing really serious coming out of it. I wish there was, because it used to be. Dude, I have a lot of fond memories of that game. The music, the people I met there when I was young. Internet cafes used to be big back then. So cool. Now, I always say that I want to go back to the place where I grew up. The problem is that place doesn't exist anymore because it's lost in time. What I really want to do is go back to the way what that place looked like when I was growing up there, and I can never do that anymore. It's sad. It's the reality of it. I think J.R. Tolkien, Lord of the Rings guy, he had the same sentiment with his old where in the place where he grew up. He knew the days of that place were numbered because of industrialization. Hey, not too bad. Maybe his head is a bit too big, but it is a bit foreshortened. Only natural. Smaller hands. Actually, hands is fine. Just give me a sec, guys. Oh, sorry. I thought my client texted me. False alarm. Uh, been waiting a call from my client for almost a few days now, and I'm kind of worried. I haven't heard from this particular client for a while. He's already paid me though. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the entire scope of the project being unfinished. I always hate unfinished projects, and I think it's a big misunderstanding because I submitted a work in progress just to let him know where his project is right now. And he thought that it was a complete drawing, and then he paid me. Like, no, it's not even halfway done. Yeah, it's like, okay, maybe he got bitter because he thought he was being scanned by this work in progress quality of art. It was really weird. Would that have been right? I'm gonna flip the canvas. That looks right. I think the other ear is too small. That's old. Hmm. What's old? Is there a delay in my chat? I think there's a delay. Now Aki here is gonna be the trickiest because his angle is really weird. Oof. It looks so flat. No, I think I can save this. I just need to raise this up a little bit. And did that fix it? Maybe even make it closer like that. And I think it fixed it a little bit. I like that. I like the results. It's really kind of lonely. being alone. I'm kind of alone. Well, I'm not alone. Like I'm not single, but my wife is in. Like I told you yesterday, it's in. They're on vacation and I didn't go, so I kind of feel bored, and that's why I'm having these longer streams. Okay, um, because normally I only stream for an hour or two, because my son has to wake up and I have to go to sleep before my son wakes up, stuff like that. And when my son is awake and I'm still streaming, my wife kind of needs help with the house as well. So, it's kind of rowdy in my household if they're around. It was great at first, but being alone, it was so great. It's like, oh dear, just I have some peace of mind, nobody to disturb me. It was so great. But time goes on, I'm so bored. I don't want to go out too. I don't want to go out. Bars are not my thing. I don't want to. I, I, I just want to stay home and draw. And maybe that's part of the reason why I'm bored. But when you become a dad, there's this fear when you go out. I know it's just me, okay? Because I have lots of dad friends and they don't have this fear. So I know it's just me that I have this unreasonable fear that I might not go back if I step outside. That anything could happen. So ever since I became a dad, I've had that mindset. So I just like, okay, I'm just gonna stay inside where nothing happens, and I'd rather be bored than dead. Yeah, relate. Oh, relate. You got a kid? That'd be so cool. I love my son, man. Like the best thing that ever happened to me. That's what I tell myself anyway. I'm just kidding. He is really great. Part of me is kind of changing too because I need to be a lot more stricter with him. He's at the age now where I have to teach him some boundaries. And sometimes he doesn't listen, and I have to be a little bit more stricter. I'm being a homeboy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. True, 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 true. It's lonely, but also kind of peaceful. Yes, who keeps texting me? Oh, just notifications. Doesn't make sense for me. Feet should be something like this. I'm not gonna detail the feet too much. It's kind of tiny. I'm just going to make this shape uh look like a feet, okay? Because I'm drawing at this small, it's really difficult. A skill issue. But I'm glad I'm almost done with this angle. I really hate this angle. I kind of dug myself my own grave there. Maybe I'll also make a tutorial on how to draw feet, because then it forces me to draw feet, and therefore it it makes me better at drawing feet, because I suck at drawing feet. By the way, I finally finished my script. Thanks, Heavens. Hey, there you go. Now I can get to the fun stuff, eh? The drawing. Actually, I really find writing really fun too. My chat keeps disappearing. There it is. Oh, it's not finished yet. I need to do the hair and the hands. I mean the face. What was I doing with his hands? I totally forgot. I'll just have him have his hands on his side like this. Out of view. Not important. Other eyes too big. Bit better. Let's flip him. He should be looking more this way. Spin a page and my skill can't match what I got in my head. Yeah, skill will come. Let's keep at it. I really hope this works. This angle works because I'm just trusting the process at the moment. I won't be able to tell until I do the background for this panel if it works or not. In my head, it kind of is working, but I understand that the way it looks right now, it looks really weird. But I believe if I add the furnitures in their house, it's going to support the angle. If I draw them in perspective too. Okay, this looks good. I like the way I hatch this too, so it's gonna be a waste if I have to redraw this. I'm fine with it, but again, I don't want to do that as much as possible. Okay. It just kind of looks like he's sleepy here. Make his eyes a little bit more fuller. By making a curve here. Maybe if I draw this downwards like that. Okay, that's a bit better. Now it looks like he's looking at Orlong here. Alright, 2 more pages, 2 more panels to go, guys. I think I have some time. I think I'm gonna do one more panel, one more page after this. Or at least, talk about manga stuff. That would be a good time to erase some of the panels here with this thing so that it looks like it's overlaying. I'm getting a message that I don't have a live stream on YouTube. Am I live? It looks like I'm live. I'm being lied to. I'll actually draw her eyes here properly. Nah, it just looks like a vampire. I need to reduce that fang. Not really a fang, but everybody has a fang. Um, you and me we have like this tiny fang here. That's kind of what I'm emphasizing. But he has bigger ones than normal. But it's not like a vampiric fang or something like that, right? There you go. Kind of complaining here. He's complaining. Oh, another mystery. Nobody keeps texting me. Ah, it's just my friends. They wanna hop on a game. I don't wanna do that. I'd rather stream. Ooh, I'm gonna stretch after this for a bit. Looks ugly. Alright, how about that much? Push this here. Looks stupid. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, this is so much better. She looks stupid there. See, sometimes you gotta just make things a bit more conservative. Like this mouth. See, that's not aligned. Need to raise this up. They look better. She does look a bit better. Okay. I think the other eye needs to be a bit bigger, maybe. Yeah. Her head is a bit big, isn't it? I think her head is big. Careful. Oops. Smaller. Still too big. Something like smaller. Slightly bigger. Uh-huh. That looks about right. Now I have to fix this. Which is actually easier than it looks. So her neck should be around here. So her hand should be around here then. Sticking up like this. They should all be black. This is actually easier than it looks. It looks like a mess at the moment. But most of these will just be black, so I don't have to think about their shape. Okay. That part is fixed. Almost. Okay. So now this part of the neck needs to be rebuilt. Let's see more of her neck. I really made a mess of things, didn't I? So this part takes a really long time, and that's why I allocate 3 days to finish like 8 pages of these things. And it's because it takes a long time, guys. It's a bit relaxing though. I mean, I'm not even thinking about the drawing too much because a lot of the thinking has already been done for me on the sketching phase as well as the writing phase. So right now I'm thinking of what game should I play after the stream, or What food should I eat? Got a few snacks in me. Few snacks next to me, I mean. Still not good enough, I think. This part is bothering me. Okay. Didn't see too much of this before here. Still bothering me. I don't know what it is. I think I need to move her entire left shoulder around here. How does that work? I don't know. Yeah, it looks right. Okay. Sorry. Somebody texted me. Ooh, where was I? Guys, I know it's the most boring part, right? Forgive me. It is what it is. I actually don't feel satisfied still with this neck here. I don't know what it is. It's something wrong with it. Ah, okay. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm spending too much time on this. I still feel like her head is way too big. Right? What do you guys think? Try to drawing my first panel. Nice, nice. I would like to see it on the Discord. Oh, I'm actually struggling here with Hikari. But at least you guys can see what my normal process now is, right? Some pages are easier to do than others. So that's why, I can finish 8 pages a week because sometimes they're just easy pages sometimes, it's not. This one's definitely harder because I made it harder for myself just to show off to you guys. Do you sometimes skip a page or do the easier ones? No, I don't do that. I I just power through whatever harder pages there is. Um, because if I know it's just me, but I'm so unorganized in my head. Well, not really unorganized. I don't think that's the right word, but I lose myself sometimes if I skip a page, and I'll definitely forget to go back to it, or there will be some inconsistency that I'll draw later on if I do that. So I just power through difficult pages like this because I'm gonna have to do them anyway, right? So there's really no difference. The pace isn't changed. The workload isn't changed just because I skipped it. I'm gonna have to do it anyway. Uh, so it's like a sooner or later kind of vibe deal. Do it now or do it later. Either way, you're doing it. The face is definitely the hardest thing to do, or it takes the longest. The body with the clothings, they're so easy. So maybe I'll skip drawing the body for now. For example, if I'm doing this at my normal pace, what I would do is draw all the faces first on all the panels, because those takes the longest, and then the body is drawing the body is so relaxing. It's not even I don't even think about it sometimes. But I do that, but I don't skip pages. Yes, he's doing that thing where you have your hands under your sleeves. You're wearing a kimono. I need to make this a little bit more pronounced. That. See, Esther Orlong did not take too much time to draw than Hikari here. It's already done. Maybe add some wrinkles under the eye, creations in the beard, hatching lines around his kimono just to make it look a little bit more premium. There we go. Last panel. Now this one's a big one. Aki is kind of drawn big here. I think I drew his head way too big. All right, that's so much better, right? So much better. I'm gonna start with his hands. I just like to change it up. There's no particular reason why I'm starting with his hands. So again, we won't see all the fingers, but they're all there. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But we won't be drawing them all in detail. Just impressions of them, implications. Mm. Kind of tired, but I'm almost done. I have to flip the canvas and check after this. I'm not confident with this drawing. I'm pretty sure his head is too big. But because of it's a bigger drawing, I'm a bit more careful about drawing his eyes. Okay, I should be careful drawing everything, not just the eyes. That looks good to me. Yo, hey, what's up? Been a while. Hmm. Just give me a bit. I need to stretch. I've been drawing for like 3 hours, and I got one more panel to go. Yeah, I remember. It's been a while, man. Um, I gotta say, I feel really ashamed that I haven't delivered your prints for you. I'm just waiting, really, and I can't really go to their office at the moment because it's like I'm the only guy here in the house. My wife is on vacation with his family, with her family. So it's a bit harder. And I'm gonna have to pick them up very soon, and it's a 13-hour drive. But I'll keep you posted what happens there. I feel so bad, man. Yeah, I'm just trying to be productive as I can be. Not to worry. Thanks, buddy. That means a lot. I'm not sure if I can even deliver that before your event thing anymore. Also excited about it too. I made a video of the. I haven't released the video, but I did make a video. Um, about packaging it. Oh, feel a bit about headache there. Oh, all right. I'm also worried about the shipping fee because it's. I'm gonna try the post office. I haven't tried it. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I forgot to tell you. I did tell you. I forgot to mention it. I plan to go to the post office once my wife returns and see how much it will cost me to go to deliver it through that because it's so expensive with the private shipping companies here. It's like 6,000 pesos for all prints, right, to get delivered, which is about 100 bucks. So I'm gonna try the post office. Maybe it's free or maybe it's cheaper. I bet you it's way cheaper. I remember my one of my clients sent me their art piece through the postal office, and that went really well. I'm not sure how it goes from my end though. If I'm the one sending it, I've never done that before. I've never done it shipping overseas. That's what I meant. I'm planning for next year. Oh, okay. I am also planning to sell merch then naman. I am building a Shopify website for a print on demand for my prints. I think I told you that already, right? I think print on demand will what you call it, be a loophole for the shipping fees for me. Next year will be much better. I'll try to deliver it this year, regardless though. I'll have to get back to you sometime around next week, and maybe I'll let you know. I can't really say. I have to ask my wife when she's coming home. Oh, and I released my first chapter, by the way, finally. On the pinned comment, that's where you can read it if you want to. First chapter for this story. Leave a like, comment, give me feedback, spread the word. I don't know. I'm already working chapter 2. This is chapter 2 right now. And the goal for this live stream is to show my viewers what it's like to draw a manga from scratch. Given that you've already written your story, because I've already written mine. That I need to show next time maybe. Does it look good? I think it looks okay. I need to raise his ears way up around Raise it a bit more around here, right there. You saw that? Nice. It's getting a lot of views. I think I got like 4,300 views now on Manga Plus. I'm out of time for now. Okay, yeah, sorry about that, man. Um, yeah, I'm around 4,000 views now on Manga Plus on my manga. That's probably not readers. I understand it'll not be readers. It's probably just people who saw it and read a few pages. Just viewers. It's not the same. I kind of expect that already. But 4,000, man, that's already way more than I anticipated. That looks better, but it still needs to be raised up like that. Nice. Thank you. And the support from the channel has been absolutely great so far. Um, I love my community. So they're so supportive. It looked great. Thanks. Well, I'm just really setting up my characters in the world on chapter 1. And chapter 2, I am now starting the adventure and giving my characters the motivation as to why they'll be doing what they're doing. Which I think I should have done that. Maybe not necessarily, because I really wanted to build the world first and I want to build the world first and chapter 1. In retrospect, though, I should have already started the story in chapter 1. But that's okay. I'm gonna stick with my guns. Just keep it at it. You are inspiring me to at my age. Hey, really? That's nice to hear. Um, I guess that's the goal. Really, is to inspire people to pick up a pen and start drawing. Hmm. Hand kind of hurts now. Last night I did like my longest stream. I think I streamed for almost no, just over 5 hours. And dude, that gave me a headache. I kind of want to do that again though. Let's see what it looks like without the sketch. That looks good. Head is still a bit too big, but I'm not gonna change it. Actually, the this part is too shallow. That's a bit better. This part is a bit too deep too. The shoulder. All right. Start here. There you go. So much better. I think that hand is too big, isn't it? This hand here, so comical compared to the other hand. Just a tad bit smaller, not too much. Okay, let's flip everything. Ooh, look at that. It looks ugly. I think it's this curve here. Always have a problem with this section of the hair. All right. The eyes is too far apart. Around there. That one thing nice about digital drawing, just resize. Yeah, exactly right. Bit of a cheat. That looks so much better. Yeah, that looks better. I think the eyes is not even. It's a little even. It's okay. I need to erase this. Just a tad bit like that. Rotate. There's something wrong with the eyes. Maybe it's not the eyes. Perspective. Yeah. Um, here's this thing. I can't. I don't know what it is. I think I need to redraw the eyes, the entire thing. Ooh, I need to stretch. Give me a sec. I'm gonna flip it again. It looks okay with this angle, of course. Always very deceptive. Okay, that's a bit better, I think. It's a bit better. A little bit. Flip it again. Now the problem's back. Everything's good though. Yeah, everything's good. Um. All right. I think I'm okay with this. Although there is a problem with it that I can't seem to fix. Black and white is hard with manga. Requirement for the contest. Gray isn't allowed. I'm kind of fumbling with. Yeah, I know, right? I had the same exact problem when I first started shifting my art style to black and white, and I didn't know that you're not supposed to use black. I mean, I'm not supposed to use gray, and it was so hard. It's still a bit hard. Let's make him a bit bigger. There you go. But you'll get used to it. There are some tricks around it, that you'll start using, like screen tones, textured brushes. I use a lot of those. And besides, for me right now, I don't really take that rule seriously anymore. I do use some gray on my manga. I just want to break out of it. I don't want to be ruled by the black and white rule. Not anymore. I've already merged the panel layer as well as the line art, so they're now just one layer. Well, besides the sketches. I like to add these thicker lines here, just for line art variation, like line weight variation. And I add them towards the part where the shadow is the strongest. So under the neck, right here. Something weird about this drawing that I can't tell. Can't tell what it is. I'm just gonna leave it like this for now, and maybe if I come back to it tomorrow, I'll be able to tell what the problem is, with fresh new eyes. Really not allowed to use gray, so they just use want line art. Well, the thing is, there's some tricks around it that you can use screen tones, something like this. Where is it? Here. So that's not really a gray. That's screen tones with like black and white dots, but it looks like a gray. So that's a workaround for gray in manga. And there's not really a rule about that anymore. But traditionally, that's how mangas are printed, with just black and white. I think it's because of their old printers back in, when manga was really gaining popularity. But I believe there are now mangas that doesn't have that rule. There are now publishers that doesn't really take that rule seriously anymore. But, Japan being Japan, they still have old rules. A lot of the publishing companies still have old rules like that, where you gotta use gray. I don't follow that anymore. I just want to make art. I still follow that to a point, of course. I want to be a little bit faithful to manga. But there are some scenes where I want to break them. I want to make better gradients, and I break the rules. It's okay. Mouth is even, but eyes are different sizes. Yeah, I think you're right. I can't remember. Was WHA only black and white? What's WHA? I don't think it's screen tones. It had screen tones. You'll be surprised on what screen tone can do. What's WHA? Wait, I know it. I just don't know the acronym. Eyes. Well, there's supposed to be different sizes. I don't see it, man. I'll have to come back to it tomorrow. I think my eyes right now, it's a bit biased. and I can't see the mistakes that I'm making properly. So I'll have to sleep on this. Oh, which chat Italy? Okay, 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 okay. So, of course, of course, of course. Uh, yes, which chat Atelier only uses black and white. There's not a single panel there that uses gray. Isn't that crazy? Although I haven't read past volume 6 of Witch Hat Atelier. But the pages, the volumes that I've read, they don't have black and white. Kinda I'm tempted to just draw it like this. Nah, it's okay. Let's draw him like that. Out of bounds. Peak art, I don't know about that. I still need to fix the perspective of panel 2. I'm gonna make the background support the perspective because it's a bit of a 3-point perspective where the vanishing point is underneath the ground here. This one's here, the vanishing point, right? Let's make a new layer. That's the vanishing point around here, and it goes like this. Okay, that's the one. That's 1 point, and then the next point, the vanishing point, is right here, and it goes like that. Sorry, maybe not there. Maybe here. It goes like that. Okay. And of course, the other one's like somewhere here. That's how I look at that scene. All right, so now it's just about masking. This is the next stage. Finally, I finished the first stage. The next stage is just masking. I'm gonna do this very quickly. I'm gonna group the sketch now to a different group there. I don't want to get rid of it. Normally, I would just get rid of the sketch, just so that there's less layers on the files. And I just do this, There you go. Lots of residual layers around this area. So that's my mask for my line art. Now the mask for the background. And there you go. Let's color the characters. Whoops. And Aki's wearing a really dark kimono, but not too black. Oh, I forgot to turn the layer to white. I'll do that in a bit. Oh, he's here too. There we go. Let's turn this white. Oh, really dark, right? So this is how you would do gray in manga. It's just through screen tones. And I'll just do this old trick. Have a good one, bud. Later. Hey, see you later, man. Thank you for hanging out. Okay, let's turn this white. And of course, I need my background pack. Where is it? Here it is. Who's chatting? Hi. Oops. Um, Background pack. Right. So the floor would be wooden. I'm gonna need this. I'll do this one first because this is the hardest. This will be the hardest background to do. Okay. All right, that looks good. Okay, for the rest. Um, Now let's draw some furnitures. I'm gonna go back to my previous page and see what furnitures we actually have. Some shelves here. There's a table and a drawer. Okay, let's draw the drawer instead. Somewhere here. What's going on? I should be using a guide, but I'm too stubborn. Don't be like me, guys. Always use a guide. All right, imperfect, but good enough. and then table. And let's make this with opacity, and this thing make it a tad bit bigger. There you go. Table should be somewhere here. You know what? The table should be not there. Hikari should be here. But I'm not gonna draw her because I'm gonna make space for the dialogue. Table should be around here. I think it actually works. For me, it works, right? Perspective, the support of the items around the drawing supports the perspective. Or maybe that's just me. Bookshelves behind Aki. Books. Just drawing this very quickly. It's just a detail on the background. Maybe a book that's leaning here. I need to draw that deeper. Oh, deeper. Shut up, Mike. Mike, by the way, that's my name. I'm not going crazy, guys. Name reveal? Yeah, my real name is Michael. It's not a secret. Okay? Jingo is my dad's nickname. My dad's dead, by the way. Been a while. It's been a long 30 something years. And my dad used to be an artist. And so I thought I would take his nickname, in his honor. I kind of build my brand around him. Okay, that looks good to me. Right. Yeah, I think it does help. I really like that. I want to keep it. The rest of these will be so easy to do. This was the hardest thing, by the way. This perspective shot. Do this quickly. Whoops. All right, so you've already seen me do this background yesterday, so I'm really tired, guys. I think I need to end the stream for now, okay? I'm gonna take a breather, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys on Discord. Read my manga for anybody who's still there. Leave a like and support the channel. I hope that's one way you can support the channel for free, by the way. But yeah, I hope this was very informative. I will try to stream again tomorrow. Um, depends on my workload. Okay, for this week's work, I'll try to stream again. But this was really fun. I streamed for 4 hours, man. Jeez. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye, you.